What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy headquarters, and America's team? Yeah, here we are. Here we are, the Cowboy Huddle podcast. Um, yeah, this is a little different, but like I say, I'm always going to bring you some news that you can use. And just wanted to stop through here and just share some of the information that is out there. I'm not sure if you guys had an opportunity to listen to Dak Prescott and his statement to George Pickens as far as the free agent versus the contract. So, hope everybody's doing okay today. I hope everybody had a great day today. Today is Thursday, March 5th, 2026, and we are getting closer to the draft. We've got through the combine now. We're working on trying to work towards the draft, but we also have the free agent seed that has started. So there's a lot of names out there. I'll get a little bit into that on Saturday about what I think we should do. I did post something on the Cowboy Huddle TikTok page as well. So you get a chance, go over there and check that out. The Cowboy Huddle TikTok page. You'll find some clips that I have over there. But I just want to get in here real quick. Let me stop this here so we can get into it. I got an audio that I want you guys to hear. Dak was pretty much made a statement to George Pickens, basically, about, again, playing and the game, and telling George Pickens to do not get in the business mind of this. So I want you guys to hear his statement to George Pickens. You guys kind of tell me what you guys think. I'm not going to keep you on here long. I just want you guys, it's an audio. So let's get into it and then we'll discuss it. Let's go.
Receiver yesterday. Listen to this.
George loves football. That's the one thing about it. I just want him to know, don't change your love for football. Don't get in the business mind of this. You played last year on a 1 year for not even that much, right? So if you can go 30, whatever it is now, I think it's the same thing I got. So, when I franchise. So, hey, go do it. At the end of the day, bet on yourself. He's a hell of a player. Hopefully we can get him long-term and sign that. But if not, I think the way that he plays the game and the person that he is, he'll be just fine.
Bet on yourself. That's what Dak said. Bet on yourself. He said you played one season, and you did just fine. And, then there's $30 million. That $30 million is the franchise tag that he's promised, to play up under the franchise tag. But, and like Dak said, it's what I did. I did the same thing, but he said, don't get in the business mind of this. Well, Dak, I'm sorry, but it's always a business. You're not working for marbles. You're not playing for cupcakes. It's a business. It's an individual that took one season, made the Pro Bowl, and put up numbers and made his talent known as one of the top 5 receivers throughout the season. Now, I don't know, guys. You guys got to tell me, what do you think about this? But I'm just going to kind of elaborate on this myself. But personally, I say that quarterbacks and receivers are different. Dak, you are the only quarterback that we have. And I don't think Jerry was thinking about even looking for another quarterback. Okay. Now, your business may not be the same as George's business. We can't say, tell an individual to do like I did, because it doesn't necessarily work that way. When you only have one designated quarterback that's been in your system for some time, maybe you can, go through 2 seasons as a franchise player and be patient enough to get the big bag. Now, with George Pickens or any receiver, it's a little different. Receivers are more available than they are quarterbacks. I think we all can agree to that. But for me to hear Dak say, hey, just love the game, I understand what he's doing. He's trying to encourage George Pickens, hey, man, just get in there, keep your mouth closed, and just play and show him what you can do. But my thing about that is he's already shown what he can do. He's already shown the league what he can do. He's shown the coaches what he can do. He's shown the owners and the vice president what he can do. But what we're saying now, hey, take the franchise tag. Now, there are pros and cons when it comes to the franchise tag. Number one, when you're tagged with a franchise tag, and there's several kinds, but the one that George Pickens is tagged with, it extends him to, I think, July 25th or July the 15th or something like that. You have the exclusive, then you have the non-exclusive. I think he's on the exclusive franchise tag, which is a longer date before they can actually have to negotiate anything. But the pros about that is you get the $30 million up front, right up front. You don't have to work over the $30 million over several years or anything. You play that one season and you receive the $30 million, which is great. But I tell you one thing. I don't think there's a player out there that wants to play under a franchise tag. I don't think there's a player out there that wants to actually play under a franchise tag. Now, to be signed to a contract 1 year for $30 million, okay, yeah, as a free agent or whatever, or well, not even as a free agent, just someone that you pick up in free agent, hey, we're gonna give you $30 million. Okay, I was out of work anyway, but this man has been working, and we want to put the tag on him. So the pros of it is that you get your $30 million up front. You get paid right then, and you get through the season, the money's there. Now the cons about playing on the franchise tag is the possibility of getting injured. And I've always said that every player is one play away from a season-ending injury. Now, what that does, if that person is playing under that franchise tag and he tears his Achilles, tears his ACL, breaks his collarbone, or an head injury, well, now he's damaged goods. So when we are quick to say, just take the franchise tag, we have to think as the player and what the player has to feed his family. So what last thing he would want is to get injured and become damaged goods. But not only that, but with the George Pickens situation, also Dak has to play healthy. Dak has to stay healthy in order to make George Pickens look good. If Dak goes down and Joe Milton III comes in, well, he's not the same caliber as Dak. Now here's a whole season that our guy George Pickens has to play under, and I'm sure it would not be the same as last season because of the inexperience of Joe Milton III. So there is a situation here. And we don't know how George is going to handle this franchise tag. But I already know what we're going to do is when he does decide not to participate, first thing we're going to say, oh, there he goes with the attitude. And I understand this is what Jerry and them are worried about, his attitude. But I don't think his attitude is no worse than what we saw with Dez Bryant. I don't think his attitude is no worse than what we saw with Terrell Owens. What else does this man George Pickens have to do in order to prove himself to say that, hey, I've proven myself, pay me? But this is just my thought. I say, Jerry, you should go ahead and make a deal with George Pickens regardless. And I always say you got to be half-ass crazy to play the game of football anyway. So if we're talking about the morals and the character of the individual, well, we've seen worse. But to continue to put him on trial after he's already proven himself, I don't think it's fair. Not to say George Pickens has the same agent as Micah Parsons, David Mulagata. Mulagata, that's his name. And we saw what happened to Micah. And if David wants to do the same thing with George Pickens and force Jerry's hand, this could go all the way up until almost season starts. So this is where we are. Again, I think this is going to be another long, dragged out conversation and negotiation between the two. Hopefully it doesn't, so we can get George on the field. But we'll have to see. But I understand what Dak was doing, but Dak, you can't count another man's pockets. Regardless. Pay the man. Well, that's my time. I just wanted to come on here and share that audio with you guys. You guys tell me what you guys think about the audio with Dak and his intentions. Should Dak be trying to count another man's money, or should Dak even speak up to say, hey, pay this man? Dak is the highest paid player on the team. What can they do to Dak? Dak can promote George Pickens and say, hey, I think he needs to get paid. That's all he have to say. I wish Dak would one day actually stand up and voice his opinion and just be straight up. I think that would help George, for Dak to say, hey, no, this guy needs to be paid. He's proven himself. What is it going to hurt? What are you going to do to Dak? Absolutely nothing. But anyway, that's where we are. Hey, do me a favor again, guys. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Share this video. Also, leave your comment and let me know what you think about this situation with that comment statement to George Pickens. And where do you think we're going to go for this? Do you think this is going to happen soon, or will this be another drawn-out conversation up until August? You guys let me know. Thank you for stepping through, man. Like I say, this straight barbershop talk where we come together in the Cowboy Huddle and talk Cowboy talk. All right, with that being said, like I always say, continue to be blessed, continue to stay safe, and whatever you do, continue to be kind, because we know we need more of it. Deuces.
Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. The Cowboys Huddle Podcast.